Okay, hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about push and pull migration. This is reasons why people leave their homes. What are reasons people decide to leave their countries? Well, we usually call them either push or pull. And the reasons why we call them push or pull are going to become you're going to learn in the next slide. So, push factors of immigration are reasons that people feel the need to move. Push factors are those that force people to make difficult choices. So, when someone is pushed out of their country, it is for reasons that are necessary and are forced. These decisions are always very difficult to make as well. So, we are going to look at some examples of what push immigration is. Examples include war, famine. Famine is when people have nothing to eat. Epidemics. So, some people might leave their countries because there's a lot of sickness. Now, I used epidemic and not pandemic. A pandemic is everywhere. An epidemic is in one place. So, some people may be pushed out because of coronavirus, but typically it's because of diseases such as Ebola or other illnesses. The next example is genocide. Genocide is the killing of a whole group of people. So here, this is the Rwandan genocide. And when that was happening, we actually got many people from Rwanda to come to the United States. So genocide is another example. Next, extreme poverty. So, sometimes your country is so poor that you save everything you can and leave. So, examples of where extreme poverty forced people to come to the US. Historically, Italy had an issue of extreme poverty in the 1880s. During that time, almost 3 million people came between 1880s and the 1920s. That's a lot of people. Next example is political unrest. So here is my example of political unrest. In Venezuela, in Bolivia, we are seeing governments being taken over. Now, if you agree or disagree is not the question. The question is, the political unrest usually brings violence. And when that violence continues, people leave. Okay, next is political persecution. Political persecution is when the government attacks a group of people saying they are bad. Okay, so the attacks can look just like this. They're arrested from their homes, they get covered, and they're taken away. This is political persecution. So now we can talk about the other reasons why people leave their countries. This time we're going to look at the pull. So, pull immigration are reasons that people want to move. Pull factors of immigration are reasons people want to move somewhere because they choose to. So remember, push, there's no choice. In pull, there's a choice. So, what are some examples of pull factors? Well, there's education for children. Maybe parents want a better education than what they had. Okay, so this could be from countries where education is expensive, difficult to get, or even it's not even allowed. There are some countries where girls cannot go to school, or countries where going to school is extremely expensive. So the fact that there's better education in other places, it's a pull factor because it's pulling you in. Next is university. This is for yourself. You finish high school and now you want to go to college and you decide, I want to study in Europe. Okay, so maybe there's some special program in, let's say, Paris. So you go to Paris to study. That's pulling you to Paris. That's not, you're not being pushed to go to Paris, you're being pulled to go to Paris. Next, jobs. Maybe you want to work in Japan. That's what I did. So I looked for a job. Got one. And moved. So the job pulled me into Japan. Next, healthcare. Maybe you have an illness. Not a serious one, but a small illness. Let's just say small. So what you do, you find out Canada has the best doctors for your illness. So you move to Canada so that you can treat your illness. This doesn't mean the healthcare where you're from is bad. It just means what you need is in Canada. So Canada is pulling you. So let's look at what the basic differences are. With push factors, leaving home does not feel like a choice. You do not want to leave. Leaving home hurts you, makes you sad. You believe it is a matter of life or death if you stay where you are from. You believe when things get better, you will go back home. You will return home. So this is temporary in your mind. With pull factors, leaving home is a choice. You want to leave. If you stay, though, your life will not be worse. It will stay the same. You may or may not think of this move as permanent. So it could be temporary, or you could end up staying there forever. But in your mind, it is not an idea of when it gets better, I'll go home. So I want you to think about your own family. What were the reasons your family migrated to the United States? What was the main reason? What was the supporting reason? And are these factors made your family move push or pull? So you will find a Google form with some questions. Use that Google form to answer if what you see is push or pull. Then tell me about your family's decision to move. Was it push or pull? You don't have to tell me exactly why you moved, but tell me if they were push or pull factors. So in this unit, we are going to think about the push and pull factors that make people might immigrate to the United States. Push and pull immigration is a concept that remains true today. And this will be one of our key concepts we learn in this unit. There are going to be a few key concepts. This is the first one. So today and tomorrow, you're going to be practicing push and pull to make sure you get the good understanding of this. So again, today you are going to do a Google form where you're going to look at some immigration and choose if it's push or pull. And then tomorrow you'll have a reading. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message. Have a good day.